So, in this amazing, lovely time that I'm living in right now, I thought I better make a quick list of some games you can all play with your friends and fuck around in or play competitively. It's up to you. But here's a nice little quick list I think we'd all love to play during this lovely time of our lives. Now, I'm going to start off really basic here, but obviously the biggest and one of the probably most popular games is Minecraft. Join a server with a few friends, fuck around on there, or set up your own server with your friends. They only cost like 20 bucks and get to playing. Make some massive incredible builds like I've done, or do some PvP Hunger Games style kind of shit. It's up to you. There's so many possibilities. If that's more your style, go do PvP. But look, at the end of the day, you can just do so much in this game, or you can do absolutely nothing. The possibilities are endless, so why not make a massive build? You're stuck in quarantine. Fuck off and go build something amazing. Or get a ton of your friends in there and grief the absolute shit out of them and burn down their houses. Do whatever you want to do. Minecraft is a great game. There's so much fun to have in this game. So why not play it whilst you're stuck inside in quarantine? So next on my list is something a little bit more personal. It's a fun game. I've been playing it heaps while I'm stuck inside, and it's Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six Siege is fun, like really fun at times. And for some of the more hardcore competitive players out there who need something to play with their friends, play this game. Not to mention, it's also extremely friendly to new players with a playlist specifically for the newcomers. So if you're new and not quite sure how to play the game, you can play that. If you want to be abused and shit on, jump straight into a game of casual. With some friends, fuck around in it, do whatever you want. Or you can be toxic as well and mess with so many people. But do whatever you want to do. You can be competitive, you can be toxic. If you want to annoy the shit out of some of the hardcore players, it's all up to you. But if you want a lot of variety and an ever-changing meta, the game manages to stay fresh and less bland, unlike some of the other Ubisoft games that I've shit on in the past on this channel. And I think this is one of the few games Ubisoft have made really well, and they stay on top of consistently. So definitely check this game out if you haven't already. There's always specials on it, there's always a deal on it or something. You and 5 of your friends can do so much in this game, and you can mess around with so many hardcore players. It's a lot of fun. Now, next is a game that I think everyone's been playing, but I can't make a list about quarantine games without mentioning it, and that's Warzone. As someone who isn't necessarily a big fan of Battle Royale games, I think Warzone is the sweet spot between Battle Royale and FPS, and specifically Call of Duty style FPS, obviously. It captures all the great things of the Battle Royale genre, and combines them with all the great elements of Modern Warfare, and it's fucking free. Like seriously, if you haven't played this game, play it. Well, it's not really a game in itself, but it's a game mode in a game that's free. So I really recommend playing this. I know you've probably played it, like I already said, but I just had to put it on the list. I can't recommend it more. It's so much fun. It's way more fun with a lot more friends, obviously, and most games are that I have on this list because it's specifically for you and your friends. But Warzone is still fun to play by yourself. If you're a loner, that's fine, but it is so much fun. It has its issues with optimization and its connections. I've definitely experienced that on PC, but I think for the more console heavy players, I definitely recommend this will work a lot better for you guys. I didn't have any issues with it on my regular PS4. It's a lot of fun, it's cross-play, and it's free. So you can play with all your friends, it accommodates to all of you, and you can choose to be competitive or idiotic. It's a Battle Royale game, do whatever you want to do. As much as you might love Warzone though, feel free to just play any regular Call of Duty. It's perfectly fine. Modern Warfare is a wonderful game, so go play that instead if you want, because I know there's some people out there that hate Battle Royale that much. They just want a good old game of Call of Duty, and you can do that with your friends as well. Now, what I have next on the list isn't necessarily a game in itself, but a genre of games that I can heavily recommend. And that's the more survival horror games like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th, or the brand new Predator Hunting Grounds. Campy horror movies, well, Friday the 13th is a great game to play with friends, and you're helping support an indie developer by doing so as well. You and a lot of friends can stack up and jump into Camp Crystal Lake. It's an amazing game. I think it's a really well made for an indie game as well. Sure, it's got its glitches and its issues, but it is relatively cheap, and it's, like I said, it's well made. It's got a lot of perks, and it's a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend jumping into that game with your friends. If you want something similar but a little different, I can't recommend Dead by Daylight enough. That's a really fun game. It's a little bit more in depth. It's a fun online horror game where you and your friends can work together to escape from some kind of killer that can also be your friend terrorizing you in the chat. It's all a lot of fun. And then the brand new game that came out as of yesterday when recording this video is Predator Hunting Grounds. Now, this is a little different. It is a little bit more action oriented. It's got NPCs in this game. And you know, your friend can play as the Predator and he can just rip your spine out of your fucking back. He can do whatever he wants, pretty much. The Predator's pretty overpowered, but overall the game looks like a lot of fun. I've only played like one match of it, but it's a really fun game, and I think it throws up this genre a little bit here, and it's a little bit more action focused and less survival oriented like the other two games are that I mentioned. So there's a lot more fun, kind of a bit more action packed if that's what you're looking for. Or if you're looking for something a little bit more slow and a little bit more creepy, yeah, Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th is probably your best option there. But these games can allow for a lot of players to join. Predator Hunting Grounds is a little bit smaller, same with Dead by Daylight actually, but Friday the 13th can allow for a fair amount of your friends to join. Someone can play as Jason, you can switch that up as much as you want. It's a lot of fun. Rust and Ark are two of the best survival games that I've played. Now, they are survival games, but they are two somewhat different games in certain areas. Rust is a really fun game though. It's got a small but hardcore community around it, and the variety that you get from just one game is amazing. Unlike Minecraft, I'd really recommend just joining a random server and messing with the others in that server. This game is kind of just being about toxic and running around naked terrorizing people with a rock. You can do a lot in this game, and it can be so stupid at times, but it's a lot of fun. And if you get a few of your friends in here just to terrorize people, and yeah, look, I really recommend Rust. The community is amazing. It is a toxic community in a way, but it's a good toxic community. It's hard to explain, but that community is a really small but fun community, and I think it's kind of accepted that everyone's toxic, and you know, no one really gets mad if you're being toxic in a game. Ark is a little bit more hardcore. If you want something kind of similar to Rust, but you don't want something as stupid as Rust, I can't recommend Ark more. It's very similar. It's in a more realistic world though, but instead, there's dinosaurs that you can make your pet or your dinner. Now, it gets pretty hardcore though. This game can go from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. And you and a few of your friends can do some crazy fights with some dinosaurs, make some really innovative builds, or, you know, just have some fun in a random server. I don't recommend joining a PvP server though. You will get griefed a ton. So maybe join a more creative server where you don't have to be PvPing everyone. So yeah, make a server on Ark though. I recommend that more than joining a random one. And get to building, get to starting a massive world, tame all the dinosaurs, kill all the bosses, do whatever you want. There's a lot of fun to have an Ark with your friends, but that's something you can play by yourself as well. And I think a lot of people are going to play this game now. It is on special on Steam. It's trending at the moment. I think everyone would love to play a good game of Ark. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Seth from Silver Soul Gaming. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a like, comment down below what games have you been playing in quarantine. Something I didn't list on here, something you think should have been listed on here, write it down below. And I'll see you guys next week for another video.